It looks very beautiful.
Okay. All right, you're live.
Oh, we're live. Hi. Hello.
Oh, here we are.
All right. So we're getting our jitters out. We don't know exactly what we're doing. Rob keeps giving me instructions and I wasn't listening. So this could go really bad.
It's good. Yeah. Tyson got me all set up too. And he gave me the rickety microphone. I didn't get the
you didn't even get the good microphone?
No, I feel like he's setting me up to fail.
All right. Well,
already.
We're not going to fail. Rude. This is giving us motivation to be even better now.
Danny did tell me that this may or may not work, that I have to switch earpieces because it goes in and out. I don't know. And I'm in this scary room. I just feel bad for him now. I'm like, this is terrible. It's a podcast like in the dungeon. I don't know what is going on.
All right. Are we ready, ladies?
I hit my record button.
I didn't press anything because I don't know what's going on. So,
okay. That's cool. We got you. All right.
Hopefully we hear your voice.
You hear my kids screaming in the background?
No,
can't.
I don't.
Oh, wait, a little bit. I heard a little bit.
Yeah. Close that door. All right. Deep breaths, ladies. Let's do this. Ready? I don't know what I'm supposed to do now.
Don't you press like some sort of button?
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Now we start the music.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, I'm supposed to read the...
You made me stop typing it. You said you didn't need
So wait, I introduce and then we do the music?
You say, start the podcast, say hello to the audience, and then say this is News AF,
all right.
And then the music comes on.
I'm about to get real professional, guys.
All right.
Here we go.
Ready? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Real Housewives of News AF. I am Nicole Sesternino, and I am here with Rachel and Liz, and we have booted the guys out. They are gone, and it's all lady talk now. Hit the music!
If a story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
All right, actual, factual news. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
Okay, so let's do some quick intros. I am Nicole. Most of you guys know me as the better half of the Sesterninos, but I would like to introduce these amazing ladies. Let's start with you, Rachel. We know you a little bit from Survivor.
Yeah, just a little
tell
bit.
Us some more.
I mean, I had a moment, but yes, I was on Survivor with Tyson at one point. But
there's more to you.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like everybody probably kind of knows, but yeah, we have 2 kids. I do graphic design on the side and just kind of like wrangling the kids, Tyson included, he's one of the kids. So yes.
Fantastic. Okay. And now we need to know, who is the woman behind Danny Bryson? Liz, who are you?
Just Liz Bryson sitting down here. Just, I don't know what's going on upstairs. Thank goodness I'm down here. In fact, this is awesome. It got me out of ballet rehearsals for my daughter, and he has to like dress her and do all that stuff. And this is like fantastic.
This should be amazing.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what's going to happen. But
so I met Liz one time when we went to Utah, and I have to say that you said something to me that I will never forget. It was the best parenting advice that I've ever received.
I need to hear it.
It was, kids ruin everything. And it sticks with me in those moments when I am feeling so low my children are making me lose my mind. I remember and I see your pretty face and you whispering to me across the table from the Cheesecake Factory going, kids ruin everything. And I realize it's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
And you did that to me. So thank you.
And we're all in it together. That's the thing. It's not
those are good words.
Your kids ruining it. It's my kids. It's everybody. Yes. We're all in it. So,
yes, and especially now with everything that's going on in the world, like it's insane, right? Like it's insane right now, being a mom.
Oh, it's awful. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's good. We're gonna say it's good. But yeah,
no, it sucks. That was one of the reasons I agreed to do the show, was that Rob was going to be doing Zoom school because my kids are still doing online learning, and it's terrible.
Oh my
So Rob
gosh.
this is a year of online learning.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
because you're
losing
in
my mind.
California. That's right.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Everything's been shut down. They haven't been in school for a year. They're losing their minds. I'm losing my mind. Everybody's losing their mind. So Rob was supposed to be in charge of Zoom school, which I was like, done. I will
Yes.
do this. But guess what? It is spring break. He gets out of doing Zoom school.
Did he schedule it today on purpose?
Most likely.
That's what I'm wondering.
Seems likely. But right now they're probably all just downstairs on their Nintendo Switches, just doing nonsense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When they have to watch them, they're all of a sudden eating out, going bowling.
It's so fun.
They take the easy way, you know?
It's so
'cause
annoying.
They like sit them down in front of the TV, watch a movie, a show. They always take the easy route. And I'm always like, why don't I do that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because I have mom guilt. You have mom guilt. That's the
Mhm.
problem.
It's like, oh, too much TV.
They
too
don't
much video
have that.
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, my wife will do something awesome with them. I'll just sit here with them and watch SpongeBob. That's usually what
I bet they don't even have that kind of insight. Right? Where they're just like, yeah, just play Nintendo. I don't want to do it.
I will say
Oh,
I
goodness.
do that sometimes with
I
my
hear you.
11-year-old. I'm like, can you go please stop following me just for a minute and go play some Xbox? I will admit I do that because he
Yeah.
doesn't do that. He's like my little buddy. He's my little shadow.
You have
he's
3
my big
kids,
shadow.
right?
I have 3 kids and my 11-year-old's like this tall now compared to me. And he just follows me around and chats about like, I don't know, Minecraft or I don't, who knows? Doesn't even talk about girls. So just hanging out. I'm like, go play some video games.
Find a
please."
girlfriend, please.
I know. He has no interest right now. Nothing.
It's
None.
probably a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It'll get there. It'll get
Yeah.
there. Unless he's Danny, then he's got interest in like millions of hobbies. Doesn't have time to do anything else. But yeah.
I'll keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, ladies. So are we ready to jump into the news AF?
Yes.
All
We
right,
are so ready.
Our first story is an interesting story. I have to figure out how to get this up on the computer without it like self-destructing. So our first story comes out of the Dominican Republic. It is mafia fugitive reportedly busted after being seen in YouTube videos cooking. What recipe could have been so important to blow your cover? Like, is spaghetti and meatballs that important to go to jail for?
That's what I want to know. What was he cooking? Did the
What was the
article say what
recipe?
he was
I couldn't
making?
find his videos. Could you find his actual videos? Because I wanted to watch one and see.
Oh,
But
that would have been fun.
maybe they took him down.
I love
Maybe
his
it's just
passion for
evidence.
cooking. That he's
Yeah.
just like, I have to do this cooking video. I mean, I could totally get caught, but it's got to be done. You know,
Is
it's
he
kind of like
Italian? Is he
I
Italian?
used to work
Yes.
at Sundance Resort in Utah, and the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, the gang, they wanted a group gang photo. And that photo is what like sabotage. That's how they got caught. And so it was reminding me
Stop.
of like the Sundance Kid, he has to do this food video.
didn't
So
know
he totally
that.
gets caught. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
feel
do
like this
school
goes to show you how stupid men are, right? Because a woman would have been like, no, no, this would definitely get me busted. This isn't a good idea, right?
Well, my thought was
Right.
maybe he wanted to get busted if he was stuck with his wife for like 7 years. Maybe he just was like getting sick of it. I don't
could see
know.
that.
I'm like, why would you post yourself with like these specific tattoos? Are you like,
Right.
you're like, hey, please, someone find me? I don't know.
He thought he was being slick by not showing his face,
Yeah.
but didn't realize the remarkable tattoos on his body would actually be identifying to him.
Yeah. I just feel like he didn't really think it through.
He didn't think it
Like,
through here.
Well, 7
point
years.
A to-
He was probably like, oh, I'm good. Like,
Yeah,
didn't
he
even
thought
think. Yeah,
he
got
thought
a
he was
little
in the
cocky.
clear.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm more scared of, because I post on YouTube as well, as so does Danny. I'm more scared of what like commenters at this point because people are rough. So yeah, I mean, maybe he's at the point where he's like, hey, people love me on here. I'm not scared anymore of the cops. It's really like the negative stuff on like commenters. That's where
Don't
you're
read
scared.
the comments.
You're
but show
scared
your
of the
tattoos.
internet to be, I know. He's like, hey, as long as everyone's positive, I'll just keep posting. But I mean, I don't know. People are more tough.
You would think some of the comments would be like, hey, you never show your head. What's up with that? Like, what does he
Yeah.
say?
Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying. I wish I could find his videos and see if he was even good too.
Does
Yeah,
he
do
go
you
by
think
like
they all
the
got
headless
deleted?
cook?
Does he what?
Does he go by like the headless chef?
Oh,
I
I
feel like
don't
that would be
know.
like people would run to that, like the cops.
Yeah, I don't get it. And that's the other thing. If he's Italian, this is what I've heard. You don't want to give up your recipe. So I don't know. Like,
This goes against
are
the
people
omerta.
I know. Are people mad at him over in Italy for giving up all these awesome recipes? But I don't
I feel
know.
like
I don't know.
it would have been a better
his
route
family.
to have done a cookbook,
Smart.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
to
don't
be
have
on
that
video.
You want some YouTube fame. You want to earn some money.
Everybody
Yeah,
wants to be a
can't help it.
YouTuber, even the mafia.
Yeah, the influencers. I'm
Mafia
telling
and
you.
my 5-year-old.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My daughter, every time she walks into a room and there's a mirror, she'll go, "Okay, guys, so I'm wearing this ponytail with a bow and then this sequin top, and you compare it with your." And I'm sitting there going, "What are you watching this from? Like, what is this?" She watches YouTube Kids, I'll admit, but
Mhm.
it's like, oh my gosh, I keep trying. Every time she's watching it, I'm like, okay, I type in educational videos, and then it somehow still pops up on like makeup, whatever.
And toys and
You guys are probably
yeah.
better moms than I am, but I'm like,
No.
my kids are old enough where I'm like, yeah, you guys can watch Mr. Beast or whatever, the stupid, what are they called? Diamond Minecart? I don't know. They'd
Yeah,
be
I have
embarrassed
no
if I
idea what
said
they even
this.
watch.
I
I'm just
don't
happy
know.
they're not talking to me.
Go watch your makeup tutorials, please. I need to
Mommy
do
needs a
stuff.
break.
I need to sit over here and watch my makeup tutorials while you're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the girls do better makeup than I do. Maybe I should watch these makeup tutorials
Oh my
on
gosh.
YouTube.
My daughter can apply lipstick perfectly. I mean, she doesn't have lipstick, whatever her like $2 lip gloss or whatever. It's shocking because it used to be bad, but now it's like perfect. And I'm all, wow, I need to take this away. You're only 5.
I remember growing up, we used to put like the brown lip liner around our lips and then with like the clear like
Oh,
chapstick
yeah.
in the middle, and it looked terrible. But
Yep.
no one told
Yeah,
us.
I remember
And
loving that look.
Yeah, the sparkles.
Mm.
Like just sparkle, like, or what is it? Is it not sparkles? What is that stuff called that you put on crafts? What are those?
glitter.
Glitter. Yes.
Yes.
Glitter was my
Ooh,
jam.
I used to do the glitter eyeshadow too, and then you'd get glitter in your eyeballs all day
Yes.
long and be
Yep.
like
You-
scratching your eyes out. You were like,
You
but
didn't
I look
care?
pretty, right?
Yeah, and you
I
got to
never
do it
did the glitter. I was more of like the hardcore look. Like I was mean.
You were kind of goth, or
I wasn't
or punk.
goth,
You're
but
punk.
I wasn't punk. I was just mean.
Oh, okay.
I just had a mean look.
Yeah, resting bee face.
Yeah.
Maybe some
Okay.
heavy eyeliner.
Heavy eyeliner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never good at
It
makeup.
wasn't a good look.
Yeah, I just threw on like the fun stuff, and then when I got to college, my roommates taught me like, no, this is how you do makeup, and I'm like,
This is really
oh my
bad.
gosh, what is wrong with me? I didn't even know what this stuff was. That's because I moved to Utah, and
Mhm.
Utah, they know how to put makeup on. They know how to do. Back in 2005, anyway.
Yeah.
But now it's a little more. People have chilled out with the makeup, but yeah, it was
well,
eye-opening.
Well, back to our mafia story. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
crazy. He got busted in the Dominican Republic for posting YouTube videos of just his body, completely headless and just showing his tattoos. Went straight to jail. Straight
He's
to jail.
He was in the Caribbean, right? Is
I
that
thought
where
it
you
was the
said he was?
DR. Is Dominican Republic in the Caribbean? My geography is all off.
I don't remember. It's been quite some time since I've
Yeah.
been to school. But
Yeah, so he's in jail.
yeah.
He was actually he was on the run for trafficking cocaine. So he can figure out how to stick cocaine up his butt, but he can't figure out how to do a YouTube video and get away with it.
Do you think he had recipes that incorporated cocaine? Because I think he might get a lot of views for that. I mean, maybe that's what got him in trouble. I don't know.
That was the recipe. That was
could
the
have been
recipe.
it. This is how you add cocaine to a bolognese, or something. I don't know.
Googling that right now.
I know.
I think he sounds like an interesting guy, Would
Yeah.
you guys let him cook dinner for you?
Oh yeah.
Have
I
a dinner party with this guy? Yeah.
That would be fun.
I don't
right?
know
It
if
would be
Danny
pretty fun.
That
Yeah,
would be
but
pretty
I
fun,
totally
like
would.
hibachi style.
Yeah. I
Like,
would be down.
Here's your cocaine. Here's your onions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chop that up and cocaine.
No kids allowed, just adults. It'd be so fun. It would be.
Wow, we are so desperate. We're so
Yeah.
desperate for some entertainment.
I'm desperate for like real food at my house, you know.
right.
I just hate cooking so much that it's
I feel
like
Rachel. I feel like you're a cook. Do you cook?
she is.
Yeah, I can
I
see
do
that. Would you
like
add cocaine to your recipes?
You know what? I've never tried that, but I'm not opposed. You have to try everything once, right? Don't knock till you try
At
it, kind
least
of a thing.
once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, but it's an all night thing. So it would be appetizer, main course, and dessert, all with cocaine.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And then like you wake up the next day and you're like, what? Where am I?
What did I eat?
Don't
What
even
just
remember.
That was
I
the
wouldn't
best
even
dinner
know.
of my life.
Do you even
Yeah.
wake up the next day? We'd probably just
You wake up in a hospital bed.
Yeah, I'm like, I
handcuffed
don't even
to the
know.
bed.
I don't even know. We'd be in jail. That's what it would really be. But
So the story now makes sense. We
Yeah.
cracked the case.
yes. I was gonna say if anyone here is a good cook, it's Rachel. And I'm like, every time I watch her Insta stories, I'm like, geez, it's like the healthiest, most delicious looking food. I just wish so badly I had those skills and I don't. I'm like, I probably have watched that mafia guy at some point on YouTube because I'm desperately like, how do you boil water? Like that's what I'm
Googling
desperately
that.
YouTube now. But I'm sure I've probably watched something of his. I mean, I don't remember, but
I think that I am the worst cook that there is. I'm terrible.
You guys don't have an Instapot?
no,
Nope.
An
I might.
Instapot
It
is
is.
like asking me to build a rocket jetpack or something. I don't know. I cannot. It is like those memes where they have like formulas around their head. That's
Yes.
cooking for me. I
I feel
don't
that.
get it. Everyone's like, all you do is follow the recipe, and I'm all, do you not understand? I will follow the recipe, and it turns out like garbage every time. Every time.
Yes, I messed up mac
it
and
is
So
cheese.
what do
pretty
you guys
bad.
eat? What do you
Yes.
eat for dinner? Do you mostly
I feel like I
go
have
out
the
to dinner?
same 4 things on rotation every week.
Yeah.
And it's like this
Okay.
the most simple things. And my kids hate it.
Like your tried and trues. Okay.
Well,
They're tried. I don't know if they're
works,
true.
Yeah. My kid, so my husband has like the most amazing mom, and she cooks for, she had 11 kids. So she's fantastic at making food, and it's all gourmet, and it takes her hours, right? And she'll make them for like all of us.
And that makes the rest of us look bad.
Yes. Well, it's the first thing my husband said to me when I made like a first meal after we got married. He goes, this doesn't, like, you didn't mix
Oh, no, he
it like
didn't.
my mom mixes it. And I looked at him and I couldn't talk to him for 2 hours because I'm like, yeah, my food is like cafeteria food. That's all you're going to get our whole marriage. Like, there's nothing I can do about
So
it.
marry your mom then.
I know.
okay, buddy?
I know. My daughter just last week with the same exact recipe, because it's the recipe my mom doesn't listen to this, but my mom and I both have cheap palates, so we don't need like delicious food.
We have cheap palates.
Yeah. So I made my mom spaghetti, which I love. I was raised on it. And my daughter takes a bite, and my other boys, they'll just eat whatever because they're always hungry. My daughter takes a bite and she goes, this is disgusting. It's not grandma's pasta. I'm not eating it. And I'm like, okay.
Go to grandma's house.
Go to grandma's house. You can go hang. I'm like, here's a bowl of cereal. I'm out. I just can't.
And that's why I don't cook. That is the trick, because if you cook a meal, it's most likely your kids are going to take one bite and then they're not going to eat it, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
Yep.
I mean, I force them
Yeah.
to eat it, but
You know what?
Are you the
And
mom that like is like, if you don't eat it, you get nothing?
Yeah. I'm not that way.
no, I tried not to do that, but I do try to make them try something.
Yes.
Is
Mhm.
that the rule is you have to try it. You have to taste it and try it. And that
Yeah.
way they try new flavors and try new things, right? But they don't have to finish all of it. That's
Mhm.
just the rule.
Yeah.
I made dinner the other day and we were eating it, and they were like making faces. And I'm like, I'm getting mad, and I eat it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Or we're not finishing this. This is gross. Who made this?
Oh my gosh. My oldest 2 sons, I only have 2 sons. My oldest kids, they're smart enough now when my kids don't eat it. Like my daughter doesn't care. She's like, whatever. I hate it. I hate you. I hate everything. And she's sweet, but when it comes to food,
You and your food.
she goes, I hate you, but I love you. She always does that. But my oldest two, they know that mommy gets mad if they don't at least pretend that they are going to eat it for a minute. So they'll eat a couple bites and be like, it's good. It's good. Yeah. And my middle son will be like, I'm just not hungry anymore. Can I have a bowl of cereal?
Okay,
So
he's a
they've
good
been
liar.
trained.
Yeah.
They're fantastic because I've reacted with them before. You know, the oldest kids, they know they're going to get my wrath with Rome. I'm like, cereal.
You put the fear of God in them. Well, that's
Yes.
actually a good segue into our next story. Speaking of the fear of God, we are in for an invasion. I don't know if you guys are ready, but Brood X is coming. Do you know what Brood X is? Brood X.
I don't. But
is
Nicole,
coming.
that was a really great transition.
I've
She's
learned
doing
from the
great.
best.
You're
here.
like, yeah,
I'm so glad you're in
really
charge.
good at this.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank
Brood
you.
X.
But guys, this is serious. Very, very serious. And I want everybody that's listening to put on your serious listening hat here because Brood X is coming. And it's disgusting. It's horrifying. And it's kind of like the end of the world. It's the cicadas. The cicadas are coming.
Ooh, okay.
Do you guys have any experience with cicadas? Some people say cicadas. I'm from Long Island. We say cicadas.
Cicadas, we do. We have a ton of them out here.
They're
A ton.
horrifying.
And they're
And
loud. They get
they're loud.
super loud.
But here's like the
Yes.
creepy part. They are underground right now. They are underground and they are listening. They are listening and they are waiting for the perfect opportunity to stop. And I'm quoting the story, to stop gnawing at the roots and invade the world or the United States. Isn't that horrifying?
Is it mostly the East Coast though?
It's mostly
is
the
it?
East Coast. Yes.
Okay. So you're going
And
to
I
get
think
real hard.
They're headed for Washington.
Washington, D.C.?
I think so.
Oh, man. We don't need more drama over there.
Haven't we had
don't.
enough? Haven't
my
they had
gosh.
enough over there? Now the cicadas are
Can we
coming.
just relax? Can we just have nothing happen for a little bit?
Yes. And the way that
This
it's
is another one.
described,
What's the deal?
they come every 17 years. Every 17
Oh.
Like
years.
on the nose? Like every 17 years? Really?
They do math. They know. They're so smart.
Wow. It's kind of cool.
Cool, creepy, disgusting, horrifying.
Well, I'm all the way over here in Utah, so maybe I'm like, that sounds cool.
I remember
Okay.
growing up with these nasty, disgusting things, and
Yeah.
the sound that they make, it's like constant, and you wake up to it. It's
Is it loud?
and it's a mating call. They're coming in for a group orgy. Like that's what they're here for. They're here for a group orgy where they just mate all the time and they multiply and they multiply again and they keep going and then they're just everywhere. And then they escape their shells and they leave their shells everywhere. It's terrifying.
Is it like a feeding frenzy too? All the animals eating it, or do people?
Yes, and then the birds and the squirrels and they all come and it's a big giant meal for them. It's a meal and an orgy.
My gosh.
Okay, so
Kinda
at least they're
sounds
not
fun.
like attacking us,
Sounds-
right?
It sounds like a
Yeah.
party to
Oh
me.
no, they're not harmful. Are they harmful? No.
No, not at all.
No, they're
just
just here
noisy.
for like a
Are they
giant
huge?
orgy.
Are they huge? I shouldn't use. Are they huge?
It depends
This
what
big
your
or, like-
huge is.
This is kind of
Let's
small,
talk
but
about
is it huge for them? I
Liz,
don't
we're
know.
talking.
Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Did you hear that? I don't know that there's like
No.
crazy things happening in this room. It's because of the cicadas.
Oh,
Oh
the
my gosh,
lights
it's
twitched
coming
a little
already.
bit too. I saw that. They are coming.
The
This is
cicadas
another
are
one of
coming
those
for me.
like it's like the killer bees, and there was one just recently, like during the pandemic. What was that? There was something coming to attack. It's like
killer bees?
another
Murder
one of
hornet.
these.
Oh,
The
murder
hornet.
hornet.
Yes, the hornet.
What happened to
yeah.
them? Are they gone? Please tell me they're gone.
I don't know if they ever
They
came.
murdered a few people and then they left. They'll be
No.
making
They did.
mafia cooking
So they
shows
did
of
murder
this.
some people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the good thing about the cicadas is they're just here to hang out and have orgies.
You're Tyson's
so
wife.
they-
You probably know everything about it, right?
We
Nature by
have our
Tyson?
expert nature consultant.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll have to.
Do you know a lot about nature because
I'll
you're
have to have him call in for that one. I don't know
No
a lot
boys
about
allowed.
cicadas.
No boys allowed here.
Yes.
It's all us.
I know I won't. But no, I don't know a ton about them, but I think I did read in that article, don't they like eat and eat and eat until they pass out?
They eat and eat until they have sex and then pass out. They're men.
Okay.
They're men.
And then they die,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they're all men. These bugs are all men.
Mhm. The ones that they're the ones that are making those terrifying sounds are the men looking to mate after
Oh.
they just ate a big meal.
I
Makes
mean,
so much sense.
I wouldn't be attracted to anyone just making loud noises. I don't know. Danny was never a peacocker, or whatever they're called. But I was attracted to Danny because he would just stand in the corner. I think he's mentioned this before. He never danced or anything. He would just stand over there while the whole dance was going on. Because, I saw him a million times before we actually met. And it was always at like dance parties. And he was miserable. He would just be like outside.
You guys met at
standing
dance
there.
parties?
Oh my
What
gosh,
is what
he gonna die if
classifies
I
a
tell
dance
this?
party?
At
very curious.
BYU. So, like there'd be college dance parties like in their gym. This sounds so lame. I don't even know. I didn't have like a legit. I had a college experience, but I was very naive and like I didn't drink or anything. So for me, it was like just me and my girlfriends would just go to parties and just danced. It was
Oh, that
fun.
sounds fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just innocent dance parties. And Danny did not want to be there, but his friends did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
I'm
Tyson ever
trying-
went, but
I think he did sometimes go to some. I'll have
So you
to
guys
ask
all went to
him.
the same college. You, Danny, and Tyson.
no. Well, I don't know where Tyson went, but
So they had in the Mormon church, they have like dance parties or yeah, they have
yeah, I don't know
dances
what it's like outside.
on the weekends for like the kids like to hang
Yeah.
out and mingle. So they would do these dances, but I'm trying really hard to picture
they would
Danny
be
at one of
BYU
those dances because
affiliated, though. They would be just like,
yeah,
just students throwing them at their house or at, whatever. Like we had one in a barn once. It just sounds so innocent and sweet. I'm sorry.
But it
was
does sound
fun.
very sweet.
It was fun. And when I officially started dating Danny, my roommates and I would just suck him in. We'd pull him in and we would just dance around him just to make him uncomfortable. There was like
So
8
you
of
were
us.
like the cicada.
Oh my, yes. We were the cicadas. Yes, that's exactly it. And he was because he wouldn't even move. He would just stand like this, like just like that, just miserable. And we would just be like all of us just rubbing on him. Like it was hilarious. He
Okay,
hated
this
it.
doesn't sound so innocent anymore. You cicada, you.
There was a lot of rubbing, definitely. Oh, that sounds so bad. There was. I'm not gonna lie. But he hated it. So for the record. But he did it because he was trying to woo me and marry me. So
So he was playing hard to get.
no, he was playing I hate any kind of dancing or socializing with other humans. Oh no, what is
I
this?
hit a button.
Potty
ooh,
break? What is that?
We're in the
Which button
boardroom
is this?
apparently. Oops.
that was
Let's
a great song. Yeah.
You're fired.
Now what?
Oh, anyway. So
Do you
moving
think
right
Danny?
along.
I think Danny triggered that sound somehow just to say stop talking about
Yeah.
me at dance
Oh, for
parties.
sure.
You're welcome,
Okay,
Danny.
that was
Sure.
him from afar. Okay.
He told me, please don't overshare. He actually didn't say, please don't overshare. Basically, it was like, you can do whatever you want, but I know you're going to overshare. And I'm like,
Oh, he's
Alright.
cringing right now.
I'm
Well,
trying
Danny,
really
get ready to
hard.
cringe. Get ready
Guys,
to
I'm
cringe a
holding
little more,
back.
Danny. We're about to do a segment we'd like to call Liz's Bolt Hole.
Oh, already? Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have a theme song for that one?
Oh,
There we go.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna.
I did not know
feel
Tyson recorded this
you
song.
belong.
He's a good singer.
He is. I think Danny played the. Did Danny do that? I don't know. Did Danny play the music? I think Danny did guitar. And then Tyson sang.
this is a very long intro song.
It is.
He-
Can you end it? How do we end this? Is it? Oh my gosh! I think we can. Oh my gosh! It's not ending. I think it usually ends.
10 more
How do
seconds.
you end it? Oh, okay.
Maybe we fade it out a little bit.
All right, we're
There we
good.
go.
We're good. We
Good
get the
one,
point here.
Tyson.
Oh,
Wow,
I guess I have to
sexy
pull
voice.
up my.
So
the
Liz, tell
thing.
us what you got on your bolt hole. I thought it was butthole, but apparently I was wrong.
I had no idea what it was until just now. If
Mhm.
it was boat or bolt,
We can make it Liz's butthole if you want.
Oh my gosh! Don't. I was gonna say Liz's bolt hole or whatever it is sounds
Mhm.
super inappropriate.
Well, we
But
just made it
it's-
more inappropriate.
It's working. It's working. Okay, now I've got to pull it up. I don't even have it pulled up. I was
What
so
do we have here, Liz?
okay. I'm just gonna have to do it from. Let's see. It is. This is. Hold on.
It is a
I got it. I
terrifying
got it.
story.
Man gets the fright of his life when a python emerges from his toilet while he was sitting on it. Now, as you can imagine what happens, and there's a video, unfortunately, not when the python first emerges, but when the firefighter takes it out. But I read the article, and this guy says, this is in Thailand, and I've been to Thailand, and I would never want to live there purely because of all the snakes. Like, I don't want to live in Texas or Australia because of all the animals and bugs. And I love Utah, and they're very tame. I'm looking around this gross basement now that I'm thinking, but they're tame spiders. It is like, this is the spider room, I think. So I'm just like nervous, but in this article, as you can imagine, he says that he walked around the house. He saw this huge python outside. He tries to scare it away to get away, and it easily scares off, right? Now, I've researched this python. I guess if you get bit, you're fine, but they are aggressive and they will bite you, right? So that is terrifying. Keep that in mind. He says that he saw the python in the morning. He scared it away, away from his house. Then, quote, I sat down, then felt something push against my bottom, and that's when I looked down and saw the snake. Now, haven't we all been in that situation? First of all,
Where
That quote.
something has reached up and grabbed our butts.
a snake has been poking us in the butt. But first of all, I kid you not, the fear of sitting down on the toilet, especially in the middle of the night, and not knowing what could be in that toilet is a legit fear of mine. I don't know if we can say the V word. The V word? Can we say the V word?
The V.
I think you can.
I
The
call them
vagine?
vagina spiders. I am terrified. I'm not kidding. It is a made up thing.
What kind of
I am-
spider is this?
I am terrified that there will be a spider that crawls up
Oh,
when I sit on a toilet. Or if I sleep naked. I don't know if we can use the N word.
I hear you.
I
hear
am
you.
worried about spiders crawling into parts. I'm
Coochie
not kidding.
crawlers.
I cannot sleep naked because of that. I
Yes.
cannot. I will wake up in the middle of the night and go get something on. Overshare again. I'm trying not to overshare, but that's the
It's
truth.
just us. There's no one listening.
Okay, good. Now, hopefully my husband doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't re-listen to this.
Oh, there are 3 people watching right now, and that's it.
Okay,
And it's
okay,
our
awesome.
husbands.
Yeah. Oh, well.
They're just listening
Every
to see
word.
if they're going to be unemployed next week.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Like,
Anyway.
our podcast got canceled. I don't know what happened.
I did tell him that. I warned him, like, you may honestly lose everybody after this. Like, no one's coming back, but it's fine. But
Yeah, especially
anyway,
after
I don't know.
coochie crawlers. Mm.
Seriously, coochie crawlers, spider vaginas. Do
Oh,
any of
okay.
you have that fear? I have
Yes, I
verbally
do.
talked about this fear. Okay. It's not just
Yeah,
me.
I feel like that's a legit fear of. I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Oh my gosh, no.
I wish I worked in
No.
the ER and I could tell you some stories about the things that have.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Do you have stories?
Yeah.
Does this happen?
Usually, all the stories have to do with men sticking things up their butts.
Are you serious?
That's all the stories I got. There's, I feel like, and we'll probably touch on this on one of our next segments. But women are smart and they know, not to put things there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
some do, but then they
But
learn.
we're smart enough to know to figure things out before,
It's an emergency.
Lady Whistledown finds out and tells everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just all about thinking it through, right?
Yeah, critically thinking, yes. Will this send me to the ER? And when we stop, we focus, and we say, okay, how can I get myself out of this? We don't panic and go straight to the ER.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
yes. I have had a sister-in-law where something did happen, but she did have to go to the ER.
Tell us
And
more.
They had kids being babysat, so they tried to do one quick before they had to go to like some fancy dinner date, and the condom was lost. And like,
Yeah, that happens.
so
Yeah,
That
that could
happens.
be.
guys, I feel like I'm saying so many inappropriate things.
No,
Like,
it's great.
We're good.
It's great.
Wait until the
gonna
next
die.
segment. It's going to
Danny's
get worse.
To die.
Yeah, Danny's going to.
He's going to die from this. This is me taming myself, guys. I am actually more crude in person. Like if you get me in a book
This is
club
why I'm so
situation,
glad
it's
that the
bad.
world gets to meet Liz right now, because she's like
Actually-
the cutest, sweetest, but she is kind of like a no filter. And I love that about her. I remember, Liz, I remember
man.
in our trip to Gualala,
Oh
that
my
you just
gosh.
came running out of the bathroom
Yeah.
and you were like,
was wondering
Danny,
if
I
you
think
remember.
I'm pregnant.
No, I remember. Okay.
Danny
Were
was
you
just kind
there?
of like, what? This is your first, I think this
It was
was
my
your
first baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Were you,
first
so
baby.
you were standing in the kitchen when that happened?
Tyson
'Cause
and I
I
were
don't remember.
both in the kitchen, and you come running out and you were like, Danny, I think I'm pregnant. And Danny was like, Liz. And Tyson was like, don't mind us.
Yep. And I remember
And
coming
that's how
out
you
and
told
I'm like,
Danny you were pregnant.
Tyson and Rachel found out at the same time. There you go.
Oh, this is a great
Yeah.
story.
Yep. I don't think I was
It was
as
awesome.
excited, but I'm glad you think I was, because I was more like, Danny, I'm pregnant. Like that. But
It was alarming. Like you
don't
were
remember.
still surprised and shocked, but I'm trying to remember exactly what you said, because it was really funny. And Tyson and I were just sitting there like,
whoops.
Go.
Are we supposed to be here? Because I came right out of the
we'll leave
bathroom.
the room now. Yeah.
Yeah. It was fine. I didn't care at that point. Because again, I tell everyone everything. I have a hard time holding things back. So
And that's why we love you.
yeah.
I respect that. I had a similar experience a few weeks ago at work where I went into the bathroom and I came running out screaming, I'm not pregnant!
Oh my gosh.
And everyone's like, congratulations.
yeah.
The best.
That's awesome.
Yes. All right. So back to our story.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
So
Okay.
Python's up the butt.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Almost. Poked him in the butt. Then, which I would find terrifying, especially if I was a guy too, because there's stuff. If you're sitting, doesn't stuff hang down? I don't know. So
A bull bite.
yeah, and they
Mhm.
bite. They're aggressive biters. And so, and I looked that up to make sure that was right. He would have been fine. It would have just hurt. But the firefighter came in, and I watched the video, and it's almost like he had to tame, like just the head was the snake head was coming out of the toilet as he was like looking at it. And then it was like a thing.
It's like
And
a
then
duel.
it was a little bit. And then he finally grabs it, and then he pulls the thing out. It's 8 feet long. 8 feet long.
Okay. So is this a
Terrifying.
real story?
It
This is
looked like it.
terrifying.
I
Yeah.
feel like this
Okay.
has happened before. Like I've heard some terrifying stories of like things just coming out of the toilet. Like it's a legit
Yes.
thing. Like you should,
Yeah.
all of you should be scared that something is going to bite your butt.
I know.
Yes. Okay. I have heard this before. So I remember, this is probably back when I was in junior high. I remember a story going around. I grew up in Northern California. This story going around, somebody had lost their like 10-foot python, right? And it was gone.
How do
And
you just lose a python?
No.
yeah, it was like this missing python. And there were these stories about how they go through like the sewer and they can come up out of the toilet. So
Mhm.
everybody was literally scared. And I remember feeling terrified to use the toilet because there's this missing python in the city. And whose toilet is it going to come out of? I've heard these stories. They're so bizarre.
So whose toilet did it come out of? Like what happened?
Yeah, do we know?
I don't know if it ever came out or whatever happened with it. I just remember it's one of those stories that puts like the fear of death in you, that
Oh
like
my
this
gosh.
giant python is going to come out of your toilet while you're using the bathroom.
I remember when I was little, there was like, we would tell like scary ghost stories. And one of the scary stories was that like a demon like shot up out of the toilet and like went up somebody's butt and possessed them. And so I was always really scared of being possessed up my butt.
It's so
The
scary.
butt ghost
The butt
or
ghost.
whatever.
The butt demon.
The butt demon. That's actually just a real, isn't that just, that's actually a real thing. I mean, that's if you're constipated too, right? The butt demon? I don't know. Needs to
I can
come
think
out.
of a few other things to
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
a butt demon. but-
Yeah, that's true. But
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, that's a good segue into our next story.
Go ahead. Yes, that's, I'm hoping. I want to hear the next one.
So we have a new segment on Real Housewives of News AF called In Wiener News. So we have stories just about wieners. And this is really just to horrify Danny because he doesn't want us talking about, can I say the word? Penises?
He says he doesn't. He says he's cool with it, but I can tell he was cringing so hard when I'm like, "Can I say vagina?" And he's like, "If you want." No. Yes, you can. I'm like, "Can I say penis?" Like I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I checked all the words with him and he's like, "Whatever, just do whatever you want." I'm like, "Yes."
Okay.
Broke him
So
down.
in Wiener News, we have a story of apparently there's a show. I don't know if you guys knew about this. There's a show called Sex Landed Me in the ER. Did you know about this? It's on A&E and it airs weekly. And this story is called Adoration.
Mm.
It's my man ended up in the ER because he stuck his penis in a door while trying to have sex.
Oh dear.
I guess you got to spice it up somehow.
I'm all
Another
about
door.
spicing
Yeah.
things up, but safety first. Come on, guys. I mean, I'd be more concerned about like a splinter, right? Like
Yeah.
that would hurt.
Oh my god.
Not a place for splinters.
Well, what did they do? I mean, so they just took the handle out or something, and then
So the article is actually, it's really funny because
I didn't read the article.
they are apparently the girlfriend Katie, she wanted chores to be done in the house, so she negotiated sex for chores. Okay, so one Sunday morning they woke up, negotiated sex for chores, and the boyfriend apparently could not keep up with Katie's sex drive, so he took some male enhancement
wow.
pills to be prepared for her. And as he was doing chores by putting the door up on her bedroom, there was a fancy doorknob. I don't know, some kind of fancy doorknob that had a small hole. So he decided to jokingly stick his erect penis through the door hole. And she enjoyed it. And it led into intercourse.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to picture how that's done. I'm not
like,
sure.
was the door on the hinges? Like, how does this, where they like was one on one side? Like, I don't understand because it's like gravity and stuff, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound fun to me.
It sounds
yeah.
uncomfortable. And maybe you probably have to be like really flexible or something to just like.
I'm
just
to be
trying to
really
think it through.
tall. I'm like
Like,
maybe
what-
Rachel and Tyson could do it. I would have to like get a chair too. That's just too. I don't get it. Like, why
Yeah.
would you want to do that? I don't know.
Well, in the midst of the deed, it got stuck.
Ow.
And he had to go to the ER to have the door removed from his penis. Now, what kind of car ride was that where he's like how does he get in
They
the
had the
car
door
with the
with him?
door stuck to his
Oh my
penis?
gosh. Oh, poor guy. I feel so bad.
I
for
don't.
him.
I feel like you did
They're
this
just
to
trying to
yourself.
have fun and stuff.
You know, another example of just not thinking it through, right?
Not thinking it through.
No. Well, I see. I don't
You
have
don't
to
hear
get Danny to do chores at all because he's like the clean one in our relationship. So he has to get me to do chores. So for me, it's like I can't even think what he does to try to convince me to clean the house. It's not that. I don't
It's
know.
probably like a present, not a penis
No,
present.
because no. Sometimes I don't mind that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it through a tiny door hole. No thanks. It's not even physically possible for me. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't work. It just doesn't work.
There's a gentleman in the chat room named Rob
Uh-oh.
Sesternino, I think his name is.
Oh, is
And
he
he's
telling us
saying when life closes one door, oh, what a witty guy.
that Rob? Does he want to be a guest on our show?
I have a feeling he wants to stay far, far away from this room while we're talking about this kind of stuff.
I know. Now I don't want to read
he's just
comments.
shaking his head.
Oh my goodness. I
He
love in
keeps
the
writing
article
comments.
how his wife likes vintage things. And since it was a
Oh.
vintage doorknob, it was a smaller doorknob. So he's kind of bugged that his wife likes these vintage things.
So it was a small doorknob with a small hole that his penis
Yeah.
fit through. So this
Yeah.
doesn't look well for you, dude.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's not even possible over here. Sorry, Danny.
Oh my goodness.
We have the bigger doorknobs here too.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. So on that note,
Oh my gosh.
moral of the story here, guys, seriously, don't put your penis where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hear, women puts lady parts in shower head and get stuck. No, that doesn't happen. It doesn't get stuck.
Hopefully. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe we just haven't heard that story. Maybe it has.
Because like I said before, women think it through. If it does get
That's
stuck,
true.
if the
That's
lady
true.
parts get stuck, we stop, we think, we
Mhm.
figure it out. Lady Whistledown isn't going to know anything.
Yeah.
So
Did you read those books, by the way, or just
no,
watch
but I
the
watched
show?
the show and oh my God, I might have another baby from it.
Oh my gosh, no! Read the books. The show is not even close to as good as the book.
Really?
I read the books during quarantine. You
I
want
feel
to
like
you
we
want to
need to
spice up your
podcast
marriage?
about
Read
it.
the books.
Really?
Spice up your marriage by reading those books. Yeah, they are fantastic.
Mm,
Pretty sure
I'll have to
Danny
pick
was
these
probably
up.
like, "What's wrong with my wife? It's like all day long." Bridgerton series. So telling you,
Yes, if I
Men,
have a
get
child,
your
his
wife
name's gonna
those
be the
books.
Duke. I'm ordering now.
oh,
Amazon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick
Audiobook.
these up. Will you
because you
text
got
me
to
the link? Okay.
Audiobook. Good. Oh, you see, Liz,
because
you're smart.
she's so the lady that does the reading whatever.
Mhm.
She's amazing.
Yeah. the
Like I think she
narration.
does it better than when I was reading because I had to read some of them. It's better listening to her than reading it in my because I can't do the voices in my head. She's fantastic.
I
So,
feel like I do good voices in my head. I have a lot of voices in there.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm the
So we have
worst.
people in the chat room. They're asking about what we're talking
Oh.
about, and we're talking
Oh.
about Bridgerton on Netflix. And if you haven't seen this show, stop what you're doing right now and watch. Just stop.
Someone wrote,
We're gonna look it up. We need a new show.
"Oh, so Danny would not watch it with me because I think he thought it was like, which it probably is, more aimed towards women, but I think he would have enjoyed it. He actually
Danny,
was
the payoff
upset.
will be good if you watch it.
Yeah, he was upset because Daily Mail came out and said there's a rape scene, like the female rapes her, a rapey scene. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, if a man is that big, he could shove anything away from him. I mean, he was liking it. Okay. Anyway, that's the only iffy part of the whole show. And Danny was like appalled. Like, I'm not going to watch that. That's gross. I'm like, okay, fine.
Well, you're
Fine. Don't
lost.
watch it with me. I'll watch it by myself. That's fine.
Yes. Well, speaking of super large penises, News AF has covered
Mhm.
this in the past, that there is a Danish cartoon about a man with a super long penis, and it enrages parents, which I can understand. You don't want your kids reading a story about penises, especially it's a false tale of a penis that is doing things like, what is it doing?
Is it
It's
good things or bad things?
barbecuing.
It was barbecuing. The penis was
In the
barbecuing. The
picture.
penis was helpful. Not
So
usually
wait.
the case.
What are they trying to teach here? I don't know.
Well, they say, well, in the pictures, the penis is taming a lion.
Okay.
It's like a super long one, and weirdly, it's wearing this like
Where's
it's
Waldo?
Yeah, it's like this red and white striped shirt, like a
Yeah.
Where's Waldo kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's
It's
taming
really
a
weird.
lion next to an ice cream truck.
This is the weirdest show to me in the
And
entire
I would watch
world.
it. I would watch it.
I would watch it to see what happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I think my kids would find it hilarious. Because my older boys especially would be like, "This
They
is the
probably
funniest
love
thing
it.
I've ever seen." They would love it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want my daughter to watch it, to be honest.
No, because this is going to give her the false perception that penises save the day. When we
Yeah,
all
that's
know
true.
it's the lady parts.
Yeah.
The lady parts save the day.
You know what I tell? Because if you hear it all the time, oh, girls aren't as smart, or girls aren't as strong, or whatever, right? Oh,
And this
boys
is
are faster.
showing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell my kids every time, no, we're all equals, but women are fantastic because we make the babies, we make the boys, we make the girls.
Mhm.
And then I don't say, they don't know the V word. I have not taught them the V word yet, but my daughter knows it and she whispers it. Cause I say, don't tell the boys yet. Cause I don't want them using it inappropriately.
Yeah.
We use penis and wiener inappropriate all the time. I had 8 brothers. So like that word is like just part of my vocab all the time. But the V word, my daughter will always be like, mom, when she says it, like vagina. Like she's just really quietly in front of the boys. But when the boys are there, it's the front bottom,
Mhm.
But I always say, guys, the front bottom is the most magical thing on earth. It produces humans. I mean, that's why women are so
It's like a
freaking awesome.
unicorn.
Men can't do that. Men
Mhm.
cannot do that. Yes, we need their help, but they can't do it. And anyway, that's why I'm like, why are they showing how awesome this peen,
Right?
this wiener
Like,
is? Really, but I mean, it'd probably be really inappropriate to show a vagina too. But still, it's like, really, the vagina is the cool, useful thing.
so I think that let's put our heads together. I have an idea. Let's start a show called Super Vagina.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. Let's. I
Wait,
mean,
what
if
do they
can
call it on the show? What do they call the body part, the pain?
of the in the children's thing.
Yeah. Do they have a name for it? I don't even know.
I think they just say penis.
Oh, they say
Right?
penis.
I think they do.
Okay. Yeah. Then
Yeah, it doesn't quite say.
they just want to be straightforward. It's a penis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's make the V word. Let's normalize the V word.
Yeah. Not to my 11-year-old yet. Just not
All
yet.
right, super lady parts.
Because he's about to get in that age. He's getting to 6th grade next year. Just had the
they need to
maturation
learn
video.
to respect the V.
Getting there. Yeah, they do.
Mm.
And I've been telling them
Yeah.
that since day one. So now they know. And
Should
I'll
we
be
lose
like,
listeners on
It's
this one?
reminding me. There's
probably.
this.
I'm sorry, guys. All the men have left, and now there's like 4 women left on here or something.
Funny how this segment is called Wiener News, but we're saving
we're
the
talking
V.
about. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm like remembering this movie when I first started dating Tyson. They had discovered this movie called Vagina Dentata. And it was like this vagina that had teeth. And it would
Oh,
attack
do.
you
Mm, some do.
and bite you. I don't think I
Mhm.
ever
Oh my
watched
gosh.
it, but Tyson could tell you all about it.
Usually
I
that's called
think-
herpes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Danny's talked
I'm
about
just-
it too. I wonder if they watched it.
Yeah, I
together.
bet Danny watched it too. I'm just feeling like this show would never fly in the US. right?
No,
Like, there's
No,
no
no.
way this show would
They
ever
would
be
shut
approved.
that down.
So
Yeah.
Americans
that's interesting
are
too,
prude
right? That they,
or
yeah,
something.
they
I don't
even
know.
have
Or
that.
they're just nervous about talking about part. I don't really know. It's like Utah's nervous about talking it, but I've heard Washington isn't. It's like I don't know what people are doing now with that. And my kid is getting into the phase where it's like, when do we talk about business, the business, and when do we talk about parts? And I don't know. I am not there yet, so I'm not sure. I guess you guys aren't either.
We're not there. My kids still think I pee out of my butt. Like they
Yeah.
have no idea.
And you have boys. Yeah. And they think babies come out of the butt too.
My kids are actually asking questions because I work with babies in the hospital. I'm a neonatal
Oh.
intensive care nurse, so they have lots
Awesome.
of baby questions. And my 7-year-old is a mini Rob, very inquisitive, doesn't stop talking, has a million questions, and he's like, so babies, there's gotta be like a hole or something that they come out of, right? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you're 7.
I told them belly buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Well,
think my oldest knows it's not belly buttons now, but I say belly buttons because I just can't handle saying anything else at the moment. I can't do it.
I'm lucky because I had C-sections, so I can just
Oh, you can
Yeah.
say just out of
point
the
to my
tummy.
scar.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
they think.
awesome.
They think that the doctor just cuts the baby out, and I'm
It just, like,
rolling with
comes out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that. Roll with that for sure.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's just a hard toss up because you want to be open about it and talk about it. You don't want to be like this hush thing, right? But
Mhm.
you also don't want them to like just be talking about it at the
that's
dinner
the
table
problem.
or go to school and just be talking about. So it's hard to know how to approach it and what age for sure.
Yeah, and there's like something. They're still young. They're still young at this point, and I know my kid is going to be like, "Oh, it comes out of that. Can I see yours?"
Oh man.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
no.
You know what
definitely
the
not.
best thing is though about your kids getting older? Because I have an 11-year-old and I've told my 8-year-old now, and I'm like, guys, I'll tell them my period's starting, so I'm gonna be mean for a couple days. And okay. And then I'll be like, hey, can you go get me, this is gonna be overshared too. Go get me tampons, please, because I gotta head to the car. I gotta go somewhere. Will you go run in my bathroom? It's so cool because I've just taught
Yeah.
them from the get-go that women's parts are like awesome and this is what they do. I mean, I haven't told them the other stuff, but
Yeah.
just the baby parts. Anyway, and yeah, it's great because they're like super supportive now and they get it. And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to have that period to have those babies. I'm like, yep. Go get me some tampons, please. But
Mm.
yeah, it's awesome. I don't
One
know
day.
what it will be even more, but when they get older. Oh, Danny just texted me. You done?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. No?
Danny, we have like 2.5 minutes left.
Do we? We don't
Yeah.
go till 11:30?
I mean, we could stop whenever we want, and maybe
Oh,
after super vagina, we should say,
I
what,
know.
that's
Should
good.
we end on like a, I don't know.
That was a good note, right?
Yeah, so we'll end on super vagina. Great show, ladies. I'm really stoked.
I mean,
that
unless we want to open the chat to everybody. Ask
Yeah,
us
we can
any
answer
questions about our
questions about
husbands. We'll
husbands
tell you
and stuff.
everything.
All right, if you guys have
We'll tell you
questions
everything. We don't care.
about our husbands, we're gonna spill the beans.
I know.
So shoot.
Someone
What do you
wrote,
got?
he's scared of what else would be said. True.
Everyone
true.
seems to be very
Very true.
enthusiastic
He's like, you guys
about
are
the
done.
show.
I've actually not shared much about Danny. It's kind of shocking. So
Yeah.
let's see.
All right, everyone, this is
All right.
great. Keep going. Danny putting the kibosh on this.
No, he's not. He would be fine. He knows it'll be fine. He's been
Yeah.
married to me 13 years. He knows what to expect.
And that's probably what he was scared of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Mountain Dew. And I feel like my husband is slowly poisoning himself every time he drinks it. But I do drink Zip Fizz and stuff. I don't really like soda. It's shocking. I only started eating candy when Danny came along. So, but I get it. I'll drink it every now and then. Let's see.
All right.
What's
I
our
don't know if we
favorite
have any
things about our
questions.
husbands?
Our favorite thing? That's boring.
Yeah. How do you feel about Danny operating a helicopter? Honestly, it's been 13 years of him doing crazy stuff. I don't know if any of you see his YouTube. but I'm used to it. It's honestly like, hey, I'm going to the office to sit in a chair for 8 hours. I'll see. That's how him being on a helicopter feels now. Like and going, skiing and whatever he does. Honestly, and I don't watch his. I shouldn't say this either. I don't watch his show all the time. Maybe not much at all. I listen to his podcast though.
You listen to this?
I do.
Oh, wow.
In fact,
Good for
I
you.
knew
I had to
that-
tune in a little bit last night to be like,
to figure out
what do they
what it
talk
was all about.
What is the show that we're doing about?
what?
Pet
Yeah.
peeves.
I
Rachel,
usually
do you
just
have
hear
pet
Rob
peeve
from the
about
other room
Tyson?
screaming.
Oh yeah. Do you have-
This man in the chat room, Rob Sestorino,
Yeah. Is he like,
he
Uh-oh, what's
says,
his name?
does Liz like hot soup bars?
No. Danny has made me paranoid about hot soup bars and dirty bathrooms. I don't know. Because he's so clean. And I'm not. No, I'm
Danny's
not
a
gonna-
neat freak?
He's a neat freak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not that bad because I've broken him down a little bit. But I can't, now I look at things first and I'm like, oh, dang it. I would have eaten that off the floor, but now I can't because I've learned
Mhm.
not to, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Liz, what's your take on holidays? Are you guys doing anything for Easter this weekend?
My gosh. Okay, so I'm the opposite of Danny. When it's like St. Patrick's Day, we're doing the traps. I'm doing rainbow pancakes. I'm not I don't go far out like a blogger mom where you have to do crazy stuff and blog about it or whatever, but I love to just do it. I'm like, you're only a child once.
Mhm.
Why would you not do every
Give him some
single
good
thing you can?
memories.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't. This will make him sound like a jerk, but he's not.
Rob is the same way.
He doesn't believe in Valentine's Day or Mother's Day. So I have to
Mhm.
remind my kids it's Mother's Day today.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Danny's a great husband, but he does lack the Mother's Day.
Rob wants to
situation.
tell the boys about Santa.
Really? Aren't they still
Mhm.
young? How old are they?
7 and 5.
Oh, they're not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
They'll stop it's like second or third grade when they stop. I feel like.
That's going to break my heart because I feel like in a past life, I might have been like Santa's elf. And so it's important to me for them to believe until they're 37.
Yeah. Yes. My
Because
11-year-old.
I still believe.
Yeah. My 11-year-old finally wrote me. So when he was 10, he wrote me a handwritten note and it said I just want you to know, I actually don't believe in Santa and haven't for years. I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. I know. And I'm
Oh.
it was kind of heartbreaking because I think I didn't care that he didn't know. In fact, I like it because then he can help me do the
He can
fun
help
stuff.
you. Mhm.
But, that magic is over now for him, the Santa magic.
Oh.
But
Hmm.
then again, I think Santa gets all the credit. So
Yeah.
Santa bugs me a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fun. We get the credit back once they learn. But
All right. So let's
There are
say
so
goodbye to
many
the chat
comments.
here.
okay.
And I don't know how to end the show, so we probably can't say goodbye, and we're stuck for the rest of the day. 'Cause I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know how to end
Rob, if you're listening,
this. Come
shut this down.
upstairs.
We don't know what
Yeah.
we're doing.
And we need a Wiener theme song for that segment. If you guys can, work on that.
Yes.
That would be great because we're
Something
probably
that
never coming on
repeats
again. but
Wiener over and over again.
Oh,
We're just a long.
Wiener, wiener, wiener.
Maybe there's
Bravo.
Did you help any of this? Shutting it
Oh
down.
my
Shut it
goodness.
down. Shut
Okay.
it down. All right, ladies. It has been fun. I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to chat. Maybe we can
Yay.
do this once again in the future. If you guys are down for that, I feel like the chat room was very excited about this. So thank you.
Awesome. That was fun.
Yep, that was fun.
Good to talk to you guys.
Wait, no, they're talking. Wait a second.
Hit that button when you're ready.
I don't- I'm just gonna stay here until things just shut down because I don't know what to do.
So I will be shutting it down. But
Okay.
a big thank you to everybody for listening. Thank you to all the listeners. And if you like the show, let us know, and we'll do it again. And if you want to listen to me every week, you can become a patron and hear me every Tuesday. Well, we record on Tuesdays. The show airs on Wednesdays in our Patreon 5 for 5. It's something like this, and not as crazy with girl talk, but we get a little crazy. I drink some wine and we let loose a little bit. We have a good time, and it's one of the amazing patron perks for becoming a patron. So there's a link or something on Patreon. I don't know what it is, but just become a patron. We'll talk to you soon, guys.
We did
Bye,
it,
everybody.
guys.